Hello. Sorry, I didn't look at the comments. I just wanted to power on through. So what is this evil pin? I'm curious. I don't know if I want to buy anything. I do really want to buy the next weapon. So I feel like we've seen pretty much everything that the left, the west side has to offer. Hold on a second. I mean, we're gonna fight that guy. That's fine. What I really mean is that I don't know if there's any other secrets over there. It's just that was where it's, the next set of enemies with better XP were. So I think that our next step is likely to go down through that area that requires a bomb. So we're gonna need a bomb to, get to the next step. Which means we need 50, we need another 500 coins because I really want to buy the next weapon. So we're going to be grinding for a bit, which means we're going to be hanging out for a little bit. What can I tell you? Gosh, last time I had a kind of a moment to think outside of the confines of the game. I was complaining about my headphones. I did finally replace the cord for my headphones. Nice set of headphones, honestly. I mean, I appreciate that you can even replace the cord. It's Sennheiser, in case you're curious. But at the time I was just like really frustrated about the fact that a lot of tech just isn't built to be fixed. But I don't really want to talk about that necessarily. What I do want to mention, something that I've been like really on a train of thought lately, is it's currently February 12th, and tomorrow Avowed comes out. If you're not aware, Avowed is the next big game from Obsidian, and it looks really cool. It is to Skyrim that Outer Worlds was to Fallout in a way. Like it's I wouldn't say it's competing, but it's trying to kind of fill in the niche that Fallout New Vegas left behind, and similarly Avowed looks like it's trying to kind of fill in the niche that Oblivion left. Not really being too careful about my weapon choice right now. Might be a mistake. I'll be sure to pay attention to who he's attacking. Looks at Dylan, okay. So Dylan, what's good against the crab? Green. Okay, so Lance. Dylan. The thing that's really constantly frustrating to me, like there's, this is not a channel about ripping into the games industry for the most part, but occasionally I do voice my frustrations at trends. More specifically, the trends of like games or companies manipulating people into spending money. And most of the indies are fine, and even most of the you could call them like AAA, but independent companies are okay. Like Civ 7 has just come out and it looks like a good time. I know people have got their complaints, but it looks fine, save for the fact that it has the nouveau. But I'm not gonna convince you one way or another if that's a problem or not a problem for you. But one thing I think is objectively just really, really scummy is the fact that there's been a trend of this game comes out on a certain day, but if you spend $40 more, it could come out 5 days earlier. I really, really don't like that. I really don't like microtransactions. Obviously, microtransactions are a problem. People don't understand. A lot of people are not very empathetic when it comes to the problems that microtransactions represent, because people don't necessarily empathize with the idea of, well, you just don't have to, or the fact that some people just can't not, if that makes sense. Like some people have a unfortunate, kind of psychological, or you could even say physiological, inability to resists FOMO and some of the manipulation that, you know, companies employ to make more money, to you know, squeeze them for more money. And you know, I'm not gonna like argue with anyone whether or not that's objectively a big problem or not, but I think that this whole like spend $40 more and you get the game 5 days earlier is a better representation of that. It maybe people will empathize with the fact that some people are going to be unable to resist, or would be unable to resist the FOMO of buying some kind of microtransaction, some kind of like cosmetic or some kind of item that, you know, is only available for a certain amount of time. When companies are selling a game 5 days earlier, especially when that 5th day early is always a Friday. I don't know if you've noticed that, but when they offer a game early for more money, like they charge you more money to give you the game early, the early day is almost always on a Friday. Are we seriously like cool with this? Like they've literally monetized your weekend. They're capitalizing on your free time. People like to complain. I think he's fighting Dylan. I'm actually just gonna have him defend himself, and I'll also heal him. People like to talk about how a game comes out incomplete these days, and how they're saving a lot of the rest of the content for, you know, DLC. Oh, it was time apparently. Oops. I think there's not a lot of truth to that. Like you know, I'm not gonna take that away from you. If that's something you truly believe in, that's fine. You don't have to buy DLC. You know, I know that sounds hypocritical of me to say, but like, you know, I understand being frustrated by that, by like, well, this game should have included X, Y, and Z feature, and it didn't, and you know, now I'm buying it as DLC. But I think there's something like truly scummy about the fact that we're being asked to fork over another $40 to enjoy a game on the weekend, when they absolutely could have released the game earlier. Like they have just objectively could have. Like there's no, you can't deny that. That's like, I could say there's maybe an ounce of doubt when it comes to a game not including some features, and then those features being represented in a DLC. I could say that there's room for doubt. There's maybe you know, well, I can't say objectively one way or another that we can for sure know. But if a game is being released earlier, we objectively know they could have released it earlier. Like that's just a fact. And then they're charging you an extra $40. These are 40 Canadian dollars, mind you. I suppose it's not a problem when it's like $5 for you. Never gonna get old. Never. I'm never not gonna make that joke. Anyway, I'm a little bit frustrated about it, especially when it's companies like Obsidian and it's games like Avowed. Like I might have actually bought that game day one, which is something I tend not to do ever. I've only done it like maybe once or twice in the last year, which I know is a privilege to say in the first place. But like I bought Armored Core 6 day one because I really enjoy From Software's games, and I bought Stalker 2 day one, and honestly I was punished for that. I very much paid the price for buying Stalker 2 day one because there was like uncountable number of problems. You know, with the game, with me personally, with my hardware, and honestly, still there are problems. I think it's almost always worth waiting, but I know that there's an interesting contention there when it comes to like a game coming out and you wanting to play it when it's gonna mean the most to you, if that makes sense. Okay, let's buy a lance. And then we are very close to buying our bomb. Let's make sure we actually equip the lance. what I mean is that I don't undervalue that sometimes a game means more to play it when you care about it. You know, like you're excited about something, or you know, it doesn't have to be a game. Maybe it's a movie. You don't want to have it spoiled for you. You don't. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. You're playing. You're kind of striking when the iron is hot. Is really all I mean to say. Because you know, it's just come out. Chances are you're not going to get spoiled. Chances are, you know, the hype, for whatever that word is worth, is at its highest. And so you probably are going to enjoy the game the most when you are excited about it. I can understand and empathize with the idea that, you know, if you wait sometimes like 6 months for a game to A, be affordable, and B, be playable, and C, also have the content in it that maybe it should have in the first place. You know, example, things like Cyberpunk, debatably things like Animal Crossing, even. Like, it's not just like hardcore games, it's also the softcore. When it comes to things like this, you know, it's like I understand and empathize with like wanting to play it sooner than later, especially when there's multiplayer involved. Like I very much missed the boat on Helldivers, and I'm probably never gonna end up playing it because I know that, you know, it's just like the excitement for it has died off, and the metas have been pinpointed and, you know, fine-tuned to a oil slick degree. And now if you don't do certain things in a certain way, then you are not gonna enjoy it, quotation marks everywhere. I don't know. I honestly, I can't. I think that multiplayer has done a lot of damage to games as a concept. I think the idea of balance does a lot of damage to games. I actually kind of enjoy games more when they're not balanced sometimes. Obviously, there's the odd, you know, you can use an example to prove any rule, I suppose. Like, you know, if a game is imbalanced in a way that is severely punishing for the player, then, you know, that could be really frustrating and very not fun. But then again, that very same game that is frustrating because it's not balanced might have like a very obvious and easy fix in terms of an equal imbalance. Meaning, if you find like the right weapon, or if you discover the right strategy, it just kind of completely unravels the whole game. And sometimes that's you know, it disvalues the game, and sometimes it's just, you know, it's also fun to unravel a game. What can I say? Looks at Dylan. Okay, Crab. I'm gonna use time to defend Dylan. Should probably use some health potions pretty soon. So what am I really saying here? I don't like it when a company manipulates consumers, basically ever. I'm really not a huge fan of like FOMO as a concept. And you know, I'm a stickler. I've been accused of, you know, basically being a stick in the mud, and being kind of a, you know, rain on the parade type of person. So I get, oh, time's about to eat it. I get that. I understand the impulse that people have, especially when I'm saying things like this, to, you know, like, think it, you know, basically shut up. It's just like, don't buy it, don't play it, stop complaining. I have grown to understand as I've gotten older that even when you're right, people just don't have compassion or empathy with complainers. And I get it. I totally do, honestly. I can totally understand that hearing someone complain about anything, no matter the injustice, is going to wear you down. That doesn't mean we shouldn't. Obviously, you know, there's certain things that we should be aware of. but I also, I am aware of and empathize with feeling worn down by, the troubles of the world, despite the fact that they are objectively there and something to be concerned about. Crab one looks at Dylan. Okay, let's have time defend Dylan. Oh, we missed. Oof. Just gonna go for it. But yeah, that one's been on my mind for a bit. I really just that one I don't know why. I just personally really hate that they've capitalized on your Friday. Like I just, like I know I'm inventing a scenario here. It's very easy to kind of like hyperbolize a situation, but like I just imagine someone is like working like two jobs and they hate both of them, and they're working like 12 to 16-hour days because we live in a hellscape, and the only thing that they're looking forward to, or the only thing they've got that is kind of keeping them together, is something stupid like Avowed or Civ 7 or any number of the small things that are like developed on the backs of exploitation, basically. And these things, I don't know how much longer we can continue enjoying them, but they're here, and if you have something to look forward to, that's the thing that you kind of have to hold on to. So the idea that they're like, well, you can play it, but either you have to take time off your work and play it next week, or you give us an extra $40. I'm just like extra pissed off. That one just like, I genuinely feel my blood boil, and it's just like, to hell with you. How dare you? You actually, like, what a scumbag move. So someone does have to hold this bomb, I've noticed. So we're gonna go and give that a go. I don't know how many bombs we get. I should have paid attention to how many uses we get out of that bomb. Hopefully we can make some money to get our next weapon type. I usually can't do, I don't know, actual dialogue commentary on things for a lot of games because, like, I don't know, my brain was built with a pretty crappy, Duo processor, and so therefore, I generally cannot allocate the brain space to talk on a subject while also playing a game. Wish I had the talent. I don't. Sucks. But for games like this where I am genuinely just grinding, I can dedicate a little bit of thought to a subject, especially if I'm like, it's been on my mind for a bit. There's been a lot of shitty things lately. I mean, obviously I could talk a lot about the injustices that are happening right now, but I'm sure that's not why you clicked on a UFO 50 series. So, keep it at that. But all I'll say is they're there and I care about them. I don't think it's gonna do much good. I do want to do more charity streams. I genuinely feel I should do more of those. This is like, what good can I do? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute, there's a switch down there. I don't need a bomb. I need to pull that switch. Which means I need to find the crack somewhere else. Oh. Like little crabs in the background. So, I don't know where... I wonder... I wonder if actually the bomb needs to be placed on the west side, because there was that little area with the bubbles, right? Oh. There's an area that has some bubbles coming up in the west side. I noticed that, and I wasn't sure what that was all about. Tried interacting with it, but ow. Okay, so this is no good. Wonder if there's more over here. No? Dang. Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, let's try using a bomb on that west side bubbles. Although, have I been over here? Oh, this is where the piranhas are. To be fair, I have not fought the piranhas, so this is going to be a nightmare. Well, we don't know what's good against the piranhas. Let's give that a go. Okay, yellow is good against the piranhas. Which is good because I do have a yellow weapon. That was a good chunk of damage I did. Yeah, nice. We leveled up a few times, so we should be able to take this on now. Ouch. They get 2 attacks, which is a real bummer. Damn, missing is really a problem. I'm gonna be very afraid about what's gonna come up next. 225 XP! Oh, it resets the world. That's kind of nice. What's going on over here? Nothing? I disagree. There's something very there. Okay, there's definitely something I can use a bomb here. Gonna focus the piranha. Oh, God damn it, don't miss with the best weapon. Cool. We're gonna try this. Yes! Alright, progress. Nice! Okay. It's a good chunk of change right there. And a pearl. Okay, so we could get something from that, but we gotta bring it back. The getting it back part is gonna be a little bit scary. Kind of curious if there's a shortcut to get back. I'm not seeing any enemies. Is there only down? I kind of want to see if there's a... Let's use a healing potion just to recover a little bit. My rule of thumb is if there was health left over after using the healing potion, then it was a good move to use it, because you're getting the full value out of that healing potion. Let's see if we can't find a shortcut over here. Honestly, wouldn't mind fighting a couple more piranhas. It looks like we can get over there pretty easily if this leads straight to home. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we can go straight there. We'll see what we get from the pearl. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, the luck of that draw must be really, really bad. I don't know if they're like deliberately giving me items that I just paid for, but come on. That's just miserable. We just bought that. Tell you what, one thing that maybe makes sense to do is why don't we equip it? Because we are going to fight some piranhas, and having extra like yellow damage would be really good for us. So maybe it's not all bad. Meanwhile, it might be good to finally buy a green lance. It's kind of the last one we need of, you know, the last color we need. Then we can start working towards bucklers. All right, let's do one more, and we're gonna go fight some piranhas. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I have to constantly remind myself these days that whatever complaints I have when it comes to video games, the games industry is relatively minuscule compared to a lot of the problems that we're facing in the world. Oh, I should have equipped that lance. Oops. Okay, so just 2 attacks. Oh, that didn't do it this time. Maybe I got lucky with those 2 attacks. That really sucked. Ouch. Nice. So we're getting some kind of pearl item. There's no shortage of these enemies, so I can fight them to my heart's content, honestly. The fact that I can kill one and do a bit of damage to the next one is really nice. Honestly, getting a 3rd lance wouldn't be a bad idea. Although, I don't think 1 lance attack is going to do it. Wow. I could have gotten away with hitting the 3rd one there. Leveled up. Solid. Okay, that was a little odd. Ow. Yeah, okay, so you can kind of kill them in 2 volleys. Just barely. I want to fight some more of them. They're really good experience, and we're also getting some valuable money and materials. What's good against urchins? Green. Maybe I should use this on this guy. Except, I don't think I'm going to kill any... Oh, okay. Well, it was weird, but it did work. 175 experience. We very much ratcheted down the experience gains when we leveled up to 7. It's going pretty well. I definitely think we're in the right area. Oops. That's gonna hurt. Nice. Oh wow, okay, so the experience is kind of variable. Running out of health. I'm just curious if there's any, like, secrets over here. Like, there's something going on over here, for instance. Oh, there we go. Oh. Uh-huh. I don't mind. That's fine. Ooh. 2 and 1. That was... Oh, but they also managed to get lucky. Oh, well. Okay, let's head back. I don't wanna push my luck too badly. Unfortunately, this area is pretty close to the starting area, so we can get there relatively quickly. Not sure where we're going from here. I mean, obviously we have the bomb, and the bomb is useful. Let's see what we got. We don't really have enough for anything. I think we're saving up for bucklers at this point. I don't know what the point is of the sledges, but I'm not too worried about it. We're doing pretty good. Maybe we start getting some of these other potions, like, I don't know what I guess a medium potion is going to be more health. It would have been it would be kind of nice if we would get like more slots when we level up, but I guess that's asking a lot, because the choice of only 2 items is like very much crucial to the game. Okay, I'm gonna leave and then come back just to make sure that it saves, and I'm gonna end the episode. If you are enjoying this series, definitely hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.